Throughout this tutorial, as a teacher, you will gain an understanding of what the 4 C's are, be able to identify the 4 C's in ways they promote learning, as well as find tools that can be used to promote each 21st century learning skill within your classroom.
You may have heard of the 4 C's for 21st century learning: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. But how do these skills affect your teaching practice and student learning? And how does technology play a role in building these skills? Let's take a step back. In 2002, the Partnership for 21st Century Skills, a coalition between the business community, education leaders, and policymakers, created the framework for 21st century learning. This framework presents a holistic view of 21st century teaching and learning. Within the context of core knowledge instruction, students must learn the 4 C's. These competencies are essential skills for students to thrive in work and in life. Let's take a closer look at how digital tools can help foster these skills in students. Critical thinking refers to students' abilities to analyze, interpret, evaluate, make decisions, and solve problems. For example, take a high school social studies class in which students are comparing society's use of fossil fuels in the past and in the present. In addition to online research, students can use video conferencing to conduct first-hand interviews with field experts. Students can use graphic organizers to organize and illustrate their findings, compare and contrast their data, and share with one another. Communication refers to students' ability to share information while expressing their thoughts and opinions clearly to others. Communication also requires strong listening and evaluation skills in order to aid in collaboration. It includes verbal, written, and multimedia messages. For example, consider a 5th grade class in which students are learning about forest fires in their region. A local fire chief asks a question on a community site about fire prevention efforts. Students could post short written or audio responses to the issue, thereby engaging in an online conversation. Students learn to articulate their thoughts in a clear way while gaining a sense of agency for having a voice around larger community issues. Collaboration refers to students' ability to work with others to accomplish a goal while being flexible and sharing group responsibility. For example, an 8th grade science class could work in small teams with other nearby middle school students to investigate local environmental issues. Students can assume different roles within their teams depending on their talents and interests. For instance, some can make observations, some can record data, and others can share out the results. Creativity includes abilities such as brainstorming, refining ideas, being responsive to ideas from others, and making ideas tangible and useful to others. For example, a 3rd grade class might work together to brainstorm innovative ways to address recycling. Students decide to create a recycling campaign in the school, including making a public service announcement video for an upcoming assembly. You can see from these examples that technology, when used strategically, can really enhance how you support the 4 C's in your classroom. Digital tools can help students think critically, communicate, collaborate, and be creative. And we know that these skills help foster higher order thinking, which is crucial for 21st century learning. So, what do the 4 C's look like for teaching and learning in your classroom?
Communication involves getting students brainstorming, questioning, and sharing ideas with other students. Communication can occur in 4 different ways. As teachers, you will be able to communicate with other teachers. You will also find ways to communicate with your students. Your students will understand how and when to communicate with other students, and they will also be able to communicate or share ideas with the world. You can encourage relationships beyond your classroom walls by bringing in experts or assigning your students with a pen pal. Some of the best tools to encourage communication includes any tools in the Google Suite, such as Google Docs, Slides, or Sheets. Simply emailing others is a form of communication we are all used to doing. Schoology, our learning management system, is a great way to communicate assignments to our students, or post alerts and reminders to our students and their parents. As teachers, we can communicate with each other through participating in webinars that encourage our professional development. Connecting with others, sharing our ideas, solving problems, and gathering information are all ways to use communication in our classrooms to develop our students' 21st century learning skills.
Welcome back to the series, Teaching in the 21st Century. Today's topic, collaboration. Have you ever been in a situation where your views and interpretations of the information are so different from someone else's, but you are still required to work alongside that person in a group project or assignment? Well, people are faced with the same situation on a day-to-day basis where they are required to play well with others. That's when the skill of collaboration comes into play. So to begin, let's define what collaboration means in simple terms, why collaboration is so important, and how we can get our students to collaborate more in the classroom. Collaboration is the ability to share ideas and thoughts openly alongside another person, and to come up with a combined answer, response, and or solution about a particular topic or issue. It is the ability to combine different notions, beliefs, and theories into one concrete explanation and or solution that is reflective of the diversity of the group itself. Cooperative learning is a key aspect to collaboration. It is the ability to work with more than one person toward a desired goal. It is the idea of working together or teamwork towards something that cannot be achieved on one's own. So why is there so much weight placed on collaboration? We are surrounded by thousands of people, all with differing perspectives and standpoints on various topics and subject matters. So what happens when you are placed in a position with someone of opposing viewpoints? As you know, the situation can get tenuous. But if the person knows how to deal with the situation and has the ability to collaborate, join forces, and pool resources together, the person has an easier time integrating and understanding the other person's position, and therefore allowing both individuals the ability to voice their opinions and openly work together towards a common goal. To take it a little further, the idea behind collaboration is giving a person the ability to view information from many angles, allowing them to see or understand something that was not recognized before. Knowing how to collaborate establishes a foundation for more than just one skill. It plays on skills such as communication, time management, problem solving, resource allocation, and many more. The benefits of collaboration are endless. Join us on part 2 as we look at how to get our students to collaborate more in the classroom.
Allowing our students to work together or connect together encourages 21st century skills and collaboration. Google Suite allows students to share documents and build ideas together simultaneously. Discussion forums through Schoology allow students to take our classroom conversations online to continue sharing their ideas. Padlet is another resource that allows simultaneous collaboration. As teachers, we can collaborate using social media tools. We are no longer limited in how we connect with other colleagues. Review your knowledge of collaboration. Answer each question on the flashcards and click to check your answers.
21st century skills for us means that we're constantly questioning the information that's put before us.
Looking at 21st century skills versus really just teaching the math.
I have to teach kids to adapt. I have to teach kids to come up with ways of doing things because things don't always work out the way we plan.
We need to influence our students in a positive way and tell them that you have the ability to think on your own.
I find that my students are better communicators, they're better critical thinkers and problem solvers. They come up with wonderful inventions, they are excited, and they implement cutting-edge technology.
When you take a student and you put them in the field, they have some of the most creative ideas that you can imagine. And that's what we need in our country. That's what we need in politics. That's what we need in technology. That's what we need everywhere. We need solutions to problems, and they come from being creative with what you're doing. These kids get creative.
It's no longer me transmitting knowledge to them. They are finding their own information with the tools that we've learned, whether it's online or even in textbooks. They go search for the information for themselves. They make it their own.
I try to really teach them to think of problems and solutions from different angles, different perspectives, points of view.
We give the information to the students and we expect them to give it back to us the same way. But with the 21st century skills, that's not what we should be expecting anymore. We should be expecting students to be responding in different ways. You're not meant to conform to one way.
I strive to promote citizens who are comfortable in their own learning and their own self-discoveries.
When a kid just basically regurgitates information that someone has told them or something that they've memorized, it's hard to just give that answer when the question isn't what is or who is or when was or how much. When the question is instead, why is this? Or how would you handle this? Or what is the height of the flagpole? A question like that, a kid's not going to be able to answer. They wouldn't even be able to Google that because things differ so much. But if they can think critically and say, all right, I know 3 ways that I can find this, the height of this flagpole, and they sit there and they think. And when they do get it, that light bulb kicking on is very rewarding.
I think the thing that students like best about being in my class is the freedom to express themselves.
One of the most important things about language learning that I have found is that when you connect with the culture, you start to understand the wheres and the why-fors and the reasons that other cultures think the way they do, and it gives us a heads up on what is going on in their cultures and why we react to them the way we do, why they react to us the way they do.
I pose a lot of questions to the students where they have to take a point of view. They have to take a perspective. I try to teach my students there's not always just one right answer to a problem. There's many right answers. It depends which perspective we're looking at it from.
When we emphasize more of the students as the learners and them understanding how they learn and what it is they're learning, now they take responsibility for that. And I think if we want to see the outcome of it, it's going to be more responsible citizens in the future.
If there are problems out there, there are solutions. And that creativity and the innovativeness that children have, that natural curiosity that they're born with, they ask questions that I can't answer. But somebody somewhere might be able to. And they might even be able to answer their own questions. So in the future, if we have thinkers, if we have designers, if we have probers, if we have students that grow up and say, what if, and I bet I can, instead of, why do I need this, and I don't think I can.
I don't know what the future looks like. They don't know what the future looks like. They don't know what job they're going to have. I don't know what job they're going to have. We don't know what problems we're going to have in the future. But what the Compass to 2015 allows me as an educator to do is prepare them to think critically, to analyze the situation and develop strategies for solving the problem.